Alright, Scout 7 here, back with Icewind Dale, and we are in part 3, working our way through East Haven. We went to the temple and learned about Jared and the stone that he's encased in, and we're kind of just walking around town, getting a spear for no reason here. We found, did a few side quests, and we're about to talk to Rothgar in a second here. He's the house next door.
Forward.
See if there's anything else going on in these buildings.
Of course.
We'll go to his place last. We got one more house here, which is the Fishmonger. This should be the tavern we started.
Of course.
The Fishmonger's got really nothing going on. Let's see if he has anything to talk about. Come on, Chance, get over there. Well met, stranger. The name's Gasper. Gasper the Fishmonger. What can I do for you for that fine day? This doesn't look like much of a fish shop. That's because it isn't, my friend. This is my home. I may be a fishmonger, but that doesn't mean I had to hawk fish like some street vendor. I deal in large quantities of dried knucklehead and scrimshaw, the bulk of which I keep stored in my warehouse down on the shore. Ah. Alright, good for you, buddy. So we were at his warehouse earlier. So here's Rothgar's place.
Onward.
So Rothgar actually has kind of funny. He won't mess with you if you try to get into his stuff. An arrow and a short bow. But if you pick his lock here, there's actually a note in here, which is pretty funny because it talks about, if you're reading this note, then obviously you're a thief who come to rob my hard-won riches. Sorry to disappoint you. Did you really think I would keep my valuables in such an obvious and unguarded place? Consider this note a warning. I do not care much for those who would poke their noses where it doesn't belong, and anyone caught practicing thievery in the town of East Haven shall answer to me. Okay. I still got some arrows from you, buddy. And the short bow I'm going to sell, so.
How can I help?
He's also got many mounted trophies and stuff in here, too, so.
Well met, friend, and welcome to my home. Make yourselves comfortable, but try not to break anything. Many of these curiosities that you see lying about have sentimental value.
Where did you get all this stuff?
Oh, they're all remembrances of my adventuring days. Little trinkets and the like that I picked up here and there. More keepsakes than valuables, really. Leftovers from my days of fortune and glory.
Adventuring days. So you're retired then?
Semi-retired, actually. This region is still untamed and fraught with many dangers. I've had plenty of opportunities in the last few years to take up my sword and shield and do battle with those who threaten the safety of East Haven and its neighbors. In fact, I'm planning such an expedition right now. That is what I wanted to speak to you about.
What sort of expedition?
We've received word from Kaldahar, our neighbors to the south, that evil forces are stirring nearby in the spine of the World Mountains. I am organizing and leading a party from East Haven south to Kaldahar Valley to investigate. You look to be capable enough. Perhaps you'd like to join us. What say you?
What sort of evil forces are we talking about?
I don't really know. The messenger wasn't too specific. I suppose if you want more details, you could ask old Everard over at the temple, but time's a-wasting. We need to get this expedition moving before the snows seal off the pass to Kaldahar. So what's it going to be? Are you in or out?
Sounds exciting. Count us in.
Excellent. Glad to have you on board. I plan to assemble the rest of the expedition and set out for Kaldahar within a few days. With storms brewing in the mountains, I'd rather we depart sooner. But there are matters that require my attention here about town.
What sort of matters? Perhaps we could help.
Actually, now that I think about it, maybe you can help. Pomab, the local shopkeeper, has recently expressed concern over the rapidly thinning stock of his store. He's been complaining that the regular caravan from Caer Dineval is long overdue, and that if they don't arrive soon, he's sure to be out of business. Now, normally I take Pomab's whining with a grain of salt, but with heavy snows on the way, It would be best to make sure that caravan makes it through.
So what is it you want me to do?
I want you to find that caravan. Leave town by way of the South Bridge and scout the hills west of Loch Dinnershire, between East Haven and Caer Dineval. Caravans always stick close to the shoreline this time of year. Once you find it, see the caravan safely to East Haven. In the meantime, I'll assemble the rest of the expedition and make the final plans for our journey. Return here as quickly as you can. We must make for Calderharp Pass while the weather is favorable. Good luck. Safe journey.
Alright, so we got a little quest here. While he's getting the caravan ready, we have to try to find... While he's getting the expedition ready, we need to try to find this caravan. So it said to head south by the bridge out of town. Uh-oh. Help, monsters! Quick, we've got to go get Rothgar. There are monsters in town. They almost ate me. Whoa, slow down there. What are you talking about? Monsters, a whole bunch of them. They came down the shore while I was fishing. I dropped everything. I ran when I saw them, but they didn't chase me. I thought they were going to eat me, but I guess they were just after my fish. Where are these monsters now? Just over the bridge, down by the lake. My dad told me not to fish so far out by myself, but I can't help it. That's where I catch the big ones. He's going to kill me when he finds out I've lost today's catch, all because of those stupid monsters. Alright, don't worry, we'll deal with these thieving monsters and get your fish back. Okay, so we gotta head over the bridge and find these thieving monsters. You gotta be careful in this game because, I mean, literally, Johnny has 6 hit points, Chris has 8 hit points at this point. Nobody's really got anything worth anything here. So, there we go.
Ready.
So let's throw a sleep spell down there. Actually, I'm casting it already. Alright, we got a couple of them.
Your
But
command. Onward.
no, well, let Johnny pick them off.
Free to do your dirty work.
Yes.
Let's go after these guys. And let Johnny pick off this guy. So Johnny, well, he's a bounty hunter, actually. She's the one we need to try to get sneak attacks with. Actually, I'm going to make sure we're at 3rd edition, because that's what I wanted it to be. 3rd edition sneak attack is on, yes. Alright. So as long as she's flanking people, I think it matters too much here. These goblins. Alright, took them out. Let's just grab everything and sell it before we leave for good. There's the fish. There we go, and some money.
Very well.
Do a quick sell. You're back. Were you able to get my fish from the monsters? Today's your lucky day, boy. Here's your fish. At least what's left of it. Thanks. I'd be getting home now. My dad's probably worried about me. There's a level. Chris levels up. Nice. Yeah, usually it's the rogue.
So many jobs.
Because it's actually, everybody has different amount of XP they need based on class back in the day. So he needed, what, 1200? Well, he needs 1250 now. But you see, like, for level 1, the Paladin needs 2250. But the Ranger needs that. But the Cleric only needs 1500. 2000 for the Fighter. 2500 for the Wizard, who needs the most. Alright, so let's level them up. So we get an 20 additional skill points to spend, which is less than normal thieves. You get 40, I think, on each level, something like that. So he has less points because he's a specialist. He's a bounty hunter. He gets 8 hit points, and his lore goes up 3. Lore helps to identify magic items and things of that nature. So we put 20 points in. We put his set traps at 50. We should probably put open locks and find traps up a bit more. I like getting my open locks up as quickly as possible, so I don't have to worry about that stuff. I don't think he's going to be very good at finding traps, which is something I usually like to put up as well, but we may have to take some trap damage with our rogue, since I'm kind of going with set traps. Has his thing. Detect illusion is actually kind of useful, because you can see invisible creatures that sometimes, but I have no points in it, so I'm not going to really worry about it. Should we get our open locks to 70 off the bat? Yeah, let's pump it up. Okay. So we got 20 skill points, which we spent 8 hit points. So he's up to 16 hit points.
How can I help? At once.
Which is good. Doubles up what he's got. Actually has the most hit points in the game. Let's sell this stuff off and then try to find that caravan.
It shall be done.
Alright, so we found a spear we don't need. The winter wolf pelt we might keep, because that might have something to do with something later. I'm trying to remember. We don't need any of this stuff. We can't use that pushing and healing for sure. He's already got a short bow equipped. If we open the gem bag, we can sell our pearl and our sky drop gem. Alright. Would be good to rest real quick to get our sleep spell back. Actually, we might go with 2 sleep spells early on here.
Onward.
Alright. You gotta rest to get your spell slots back.
At once.
So unlike newer D&D games, like 5th edition, where you have spell slots and you can cast any of your spells of that level, and then in old school you actually had to specifically pick what spell you're learning. In 5th you can prepare spells and then you can cast any one of those at the level. For example, we could have these 3 prepared and we would have 2 spell slots and we can cast any one of them. It's almost like a sorcerer in a way. Well, not quite, but the way sorcerers are. But now, in old school, we have magic missile, but we don't have it in our slot, so we can't cast it. We'd have to get rid of one of these and put it in there, and then rest to get that spell available, specific spell. So it's different. Alright, so we moved on to a area in the mountains. These wolves are aggressive out here. Ooh, there's an orc. There's an orc up there. It's hard to see him. We head into the cave.
To victory.
So yeah, if we get her to kind of flank these guys,
I'll take care of it.
it's kind of the plan, I think, for her to get sneak attacks.
May the gods have mercy on you.
Well, if she hit him, it would help to figure it out.
Command.
Money, 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 and axes. Alright,
Of course.
so we are in a cave, orc cave. More orcs, more orcses. Let's back up a little bit, let them come.
Victory.
No, back up and let them come to us. There we go, alright. Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Speak your mind. Of course.
Dead end up to the north. We could scout ahead with our
Name your task.
stalker,
All right.
perhaps. Alright. Oh, big group of dudes. Alright, so this is what our mage is for. Throw a sleep spell right in the middle of this group. Oh, we only got one guy with all that? Oh, that's not good. Oh, no, he's... Oh, we gotta move him back. Move him back! Move him back!
Your command?
The silent blade cuts best.
Of
Well, we put
course.
one guy to sleep. Let's just get in there. Oh, that's the guy we gotta go after, the mage. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him! Nice!
I'll see this forfeit. I'll wash my beard in your blood.
So these guys go after him.
Now,
Yes?
These guys are gonna charge ahead on him.
I'll wash my beard in your blood.
Chris doesn't miss, man.
Your time draws near.
I suppose I'm free to do your dirty work.
Johnny throwing the darts. Somebody took a shot.
Speak your mind.
I'm just loot everything until I can't anymore.
Aye.
Alright.
How can I help? Of course.
Is anybody ever encumbered? No. Encumbered. Got a box here. A spell and some gems.
Ready. Your agreed.
No, not you.
I'm here. Easy as goblin pie.
And so our gems are going to our rogue. And our spell is going to our wizard, of course. He's holding on to these. He cannot learn that, because it is an abjuration spell, which he cannot learn. Because he's an illusionist.
Yes. It shall be done.
These are wooden supply crates, no doubt offloaded from the wagons outside. The crates appear to be intact and unopened. So these guys were the ones doing raids on the caravan. Never made it. Ooh, Scowls with the two-hander.
Speak your mind, of course.
He's bigger than he is. Oh, wizard, no, mage, or shaman probably. Yeah. What's he casting? I don't know. Come on, I gotta hit this guy. There you go.
How can I help?
Nothing worth anything in here, really? Okay. Oh, damn, I took a lot of damage there. The chance did. 8 out of 14. We both took a good smack.
Your command? Of course.
Ah,
Oh.
yes, you're
I don't know if I trust this one. I might have trapped it. Don't seem like it. Alright, a ring. Oh, that could be good. I can only assume our wizard is our best lore guy. Not identified. He doesn't have an identify spell either. But he has a lore of... Okay, maybe not. He's a lore of 0. Really? 6, 11, 1, 1, 0. That's what having wisdom and intelligence helps with is lore. He's kind of tanked on a lot of those. So Tracy's got the best. Tracy's got the best lore. 11 is not going to be enough to know about this thing, though. We have to get it identified in town.
Yes, agreed.
Spend 100 gold to get him identified in town. And then you can usually sell it for a lot more or use it. Let's rest. We make it a random encounter when we rest. Oh, we're good. Nice. Alright. Keep it moving. We gotta find the rest of these orcs.
Speak your mind. Of course.
More orcs. If I draw them out. Oh, I got popped.
Your time draws near.
There's our cleric when we need him. Nice work. Nice work, Brendan. Coming back up to max.
Quickly, God lay to its work.
Your command? Very well.
Lucky arrow can always do some damage.
Something amiss?
Let's send our stalker up front. See what she sees. Oh, that is a mix of craziness. Okay, let's get the rest of the party up to about here.
Of course.
I'd love to get a good sleep spell on these guys, but let's cast it on that guy. Alright, got a few guys,
Your mind.
Ready? Yep.
Can I help? Do you need me?
We're gonna try to sneak up on this guy. Boom! Did she get him with the... Tracy attacks orc. Critical hit averted by helmet. Ooh, Brennan almost got a critical hit. Somebody almost did. Tracy hits. Orc takes 13 slash damage from Tracy. Death orc. Okay. So I think it's the 3rd edition you have to flank them. Alright, so now we have a whole group of dudes here to worry about. So let's get them one at a time. As to not wake up more than one.
Your time draws near.
Beautiful.
Name your task.
Not only that, but Brendan leveled up. So we still have our magic ring. We're kind of loading up on items here. One magic ring? Yeah. We got a potion. Let's give that to our inventory's full. Alright. Let's keep it on Tracy then for now. Because everybody else's inventories are full as well. Alright.
Your command? Of course.
So we had a wolf's pelt.
Something amiss?
Yes, very well.
Can I help? With all haste.
Money and the horror spell. Give that over to our boy. Necromancy. He can't do necromancy. He can't do necromancy or abjuration. The two scrolls we found, he can't do. We can level up Brendan though. And he learns an additional level 1 priest spell, 10 hit points, and lore 1 goes up. So additional level 1 priest spell. We haven't been casting Remove Fear, which we need to. I want to do. Doom's not bad. I mean, it's a week early, but there's no saving throw. And if it hits somebody, they get a -2 penalty to their attack and saves. So it's like an instant way to just to knock somebody down. I don't know if it's worth it. Should I get another bless to make sure we have 2 in case we... Yeah, let's get another bless. Yeah, this level doesn't matter too much. In case we get a random encounter, we're able to bless our guys. When we're out in the wild more, we did another little thing there, so we knocked this cave out pretty easily. No one died, which doesn't always happen. I've died plenty of times. Alright, so let's head back to town, and then we'll probably stop it before we turn the quest in, just because once we turn the quest in, we kind of move on to the next part of the game.
Very well.
Let's head up to pull mobs and sell all that gear we had before we leave, and then we'll stop we'll stop in front of Rothgar's house and continue on in the next one by turning in the quest and seeing what happens from there. A pretty successful first quest. Like I said, nobody died. Nobody got too hurt. Couple of rough edges here or there, but alright, so we're keeping the wolf pelt just in case. We're not getting much for this stuff, but it's better to get a little bit of money. It's like 1 gold piece for most of these things. Shortbow gets 6. That's the other thing, we want to get that thing identified. You know, I don't know if we can identify... We also got a caravan contract. Balin, deliver these 5 crates of supplies to the Emporium in East Haven. Make sure to get a fair price from that unscrupulous Kalashite weasel pull mob. Use the profit to acquire 3 barrels of uncarved scrimshaw from Gasper's warehouse there in East Haven. Return to Caer Denival with 3 barrels and you shall have your agreed upon payment. Keep your eyes to the tundra. There have been reports of orcs in the hills outside of East Haven. It might be wise to use your advance payment to hire on some extra caravan guards. Safe journey. Well, I don't know if we saw caravan guards in there. Or not, but yeah, we can't identify in this place. We're definitely not selling it. We can't get an identification. Maybe the real quick. Let's try the.
Of course.
Let's try the priests over at the temple. Maybe they can identify it. I can't, if there's anybody else in town that sells things or does any other services. I know the priests, they do a service over here. We can get stuff done.
Onward.
Is there anybody else? I don't think so.
Your journey has brought you to this temple again. What is it you want?
Yes, we can here. Alright, let's do it. So it's 100 gold to learn that this is a ring of protection +1, which is worth 100 gold. But it gives us an armor class and save and throw bonus, which is pretty awesome. He also sells some scrolls here, raise dead, things of that nature, remove paralysis, potions of healing. We could donate if we want to raise our standing. It doesn't really matter too much your rep in this game. It's 12. I guess it's good for prices. It's pretty high already. I can't remember if 20 is the highest or not. So it's not that high if it's 20 is the highest, but he always has negative plane protection, which is awesome. That means he can't get level drained. The undead hunter. That is an awesome ability because level drain sucks. Basically, you hit by an attack and it basically drains your literal levels down. And until you can restore it, your stats are lowered and everything else gets screwed up. It's not good. So who are going to give this ring to? Probably me, because I'm at 1. And the other frontliners are -1. So I'll probably give it to Scowls just because he seems to be the one to need a little bit more AC help. So that'll put me to 0. Plus 1 of my saves as well. And my armor class, so that helps me out a little bit. I don't have a shield or anything either. So having a little bit of armor through a ring and this extra saving throw is useful, to say the least. And let's head out in front of Rothgar's house, and we're going to end the vid and move on in the next one. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you all later. Take care.